Okay, let's talk about the significance of Blinken going and sitting there in Saudi Arabia with the Crown Prince, looking like he's begging a little bit. What did you make of this meeting?
Well, I'm afraid that he's there to beg him to not stop the war in Yemen. This is the greatest news of the last year, was that they had a real ceasefire there. The Houthis proved, I guess, one too many times that they could reach out and touch Saudi oil refineries and set them ablaze last year. And so somebody pulled rank on the Crown Prince and told him there's too much money at stake here. We have to make peace. So we've had an official ceasefire that only was for 4 months that is now more than a year old. And instead of the Americans over there trying to get the Saudis and the Houthis to finally iron out a final deal and make peace, the Americans are over there trying to prevent it. And it's just the most cynical thing. I mean, you try to keep a list of horrible things about Joe Biden. I mean, this policy is just absolutely unbelievable, that he's essentially trying to keep the war going or prevent a final peace deal from being reached. Of course, the headlines are about he's trying to get the Saudis to make a peace deal with Israel along the lines of Trump's Abraham Accords. And so what this really means is, it's so funny. People say these are peace treaties, but you're talking about Morocco and Sudan and UAE. These are countries who've never been at war with Israel. So they're not making a peace to end a war of any kind. What they're doing is they're officially normalizing relations and selling out the Palestinians, because the promise always was that they would never completely normalize relations with Israel until the Palestinians were either given independence or freedom. And they've now been given neither. And just Jared Kushner bribed these countries with American tax dollars and weapons, jet fighters and things like that, to get them to give in. And the Saudis so far are not going that far. And of course, the ulterior motive probably is to try to get in between Saudi Arabia and Iran, because China, of course, brokered that new peace deal between the two. And it's in the American interest to keep that sectarian war going as long as they can.